Welcome back, everybody. We are here for the finals. First of all, can I get everybody to stand up, cheer for us? Let's show these guys how much love we have for them and stay hyped throughout the entire thing. We are in the finale, the final. This is what we've been waiting for all day. We're not going to show y'all intros again. I'm just going to jump into introducing all of the players that you have already seen before but might not remember their names. First of all, we're going to start over here with Glory China 1. We've got Nada on the end. And then we've got Kin, on to Soso. Then we've got Tiger. And lastly, we have got Jamie. Let's hear it for him, guys. Now we're gonna head over to Sweden 1 star. Let's hear it for these guys. We've seen some great attacks from them, especially this man right here, Nile, the first of the players I'm gonna introduce to y'all. That is right, it is Nile. And then moving on to MP Wonder. Then we've got the man himself, Razor 2. And the lady of the team, Max. And lastly, we've got Pro Arrows.
Wow, that is awesome to see that lineup there, and I'm so excited for this. I'm just thinking about Max. If you're Glory China, what do? Do you change your base layouts because you know they've got this Town Hall 9 2-star killer that's going to just absolutely demolish a 2-star any Town Hall 10 that's set up as an anti-3?
Yeah, we'll have to see a very interesting strategy using those Valkyries. It was a 50% though, so who knows if you can really bank on that working every single time, but if they can pull off some of those raids they did in their last war, then I think they've got to be feeling pretty good going into this final.
Yep, I want to see a 3-star on a Town Hall 10 in this war determine the winner. So there's a lot of pressure on these guys. One last use of the word pressure, but it's absolutely real. The crowd is ready. The clans are getting ready. The fans are here, eager to see who is going to be the champion, Sweden 1 star or Glory China 1.
Yep, and as a quick run through of the rules or the rounds one more time, it's going to be 3 players from both teams attacking at the same time for round number 1. And round 2 through 4, 2 players from both clan will be attacking. And then round 5 and 6, they're going to alternate with both leaders attacking towards the very end. As you guys can see on the screen, people have been seeing these raids over and over today, but it's been pretty fun, and I'm really excited to see the outcome of this result.
Yep, so again, it's not going to take any time to queue up the troops, and in the tiebreaker, we're going to larger total destruction percentage, which we've seen tied several times, but I'm expecting to hear an active and excited crowd out there as we get this clan war underway, cheering for your favorite clan, whether it be the Chinese clan or Sweden. Even if you're Finnish, they're probably rooting for their Nordic brothers at this point.
Yeah, you never know. Some of them are still pretty salty about Nordic Clash, as well as losing in the first round today. So we'll see whose side they're on going into this final battle. But we're going to see what happens if we see another 3-star against one of those Town Hall 10s. I would expect that benchmark 12 that we usually talk about. So we'll see.
All right, so we're going to go up to Molt and get this war underway.
Welcome back to the stage. Can I hear it, guys? Are we ready? We are ready to get this thing underway. Now, in the last clan war, we saw some trolling, obviously, but in this one, we're going to see some very serious, very focused attacks. So let's go ahead and get this underway. Both teams, you can attack.
So here we go, going to round number 1 of our final between Sweden 1 star and Glory China 1 star. Let's see what happens as we have Tiger using the Super Queen strategy. This is the first time we've seen this today.
Yep, and we've got 5 Tiger going against 4 1-star Max, so a couple of Town Hall 9s. Super Queen can work when you don't have those Inferno Towers, and absolutely every attack is going to be critical in this last clan war. There cannot be any missteps as the other clan is going to take advantage, and so you've got the Queen, Super Queen with the healers acting as the kill squad, getting ready for Lava Loon to follow in behind.
Yeah, when you do this strategy, you're sacrificing those golems and able to bring the healers to this raid. So far, so good. As he pops that King's ability, he actually died pretty fast, but fortunately he was able to take care of the opposing Queen. His Queen should live for a very long time with that Expo being able to be healed up.
Yep, so you've got the Lava Hound that's come out to meet the Queen, and the Expo, as long as the Expo is targeting the healers, though. The Expo is taking out the healers, it looks like.
Yeah, he popped the Queen's ability, but because
she went invisible, the Expo targeted the healers, and now the healers are going down one by one, so that's not a good outcome come down there as the rest of the attack starts from the top. Lava Loon. But that Queen still at full health. It looks like maybe we've got enough healers up to keep her going.
Yeah, he was able to take care of enough of these air defense. It actually turned out to be okay. No Queen to deal with as well. Let's see if he has enough balloons to be able to storm his way throughout the base. Again, this is the lowest level Town Hall 9 from China. Glory China 1 attacking Max, who is the maxed out Town Hall 9. So if he can pull this off, that'd be a pretty good start for Glory China.
It's great to see the Queen getting healed back up as she moves around the base. The ability's been used. We saw her nearly down to nothing.
Oh, she's a beast.
And now she's at full health again. She's at 100%.
Surprise.
And the healer's doing a great job. Tiger from Glory China looking really good right now. 78% damage, and that Queen is immortal. Wow. She will not go down.
That Queen is an absolute monster. It's safe to say that these clans
no
get
defenses left
over time. It started from the very first wars where we saw some questionable decisions to now, even though there's only 25 seconds left, let's see if he can make his way through it.
25 seconds left, and there's a lot of structures. 93% though. It's looking good. You've got lava pups all over the place. The timer's counting down, but it looks like the time might be on Glory China's side as the last structure goes down. 3 stars.
Nice
wow,
attack.
What a way to start out this war. 3 stars for Glory China on that Town Hall 9. And so that right there, that's what we want to see. That's what we absolutely have to see for the winner eventually here, to 3-star those Town Hall 9s early.
Yeah, definitely. Tiger was on the prowl right there, taking out that base with a very nice 3-star, attacking up. And I can confirm that they've actually 3-starred the other Town Hall 9 as well. 2 Town Hall 9s have already been 3-starred. Glory China is going to go on a rampage.
And they have 2-starred the #1 base, Niall's base. The attack is still underway, but the #1 maxed out has been 2-starred. We can see it on the screen now. So a minimum of 8 stars for Glory China from their first 3 attacks. That is what we've been expecting to see all day. Glory China just absolutely on a rampage, just mowing through the Swedish bases.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to check out the other side to the Swedish map, but it looks like they're going to end with 4 stars. They ended up 2-starring both of the bottom Town Hall 9s, and then 0 stars against one of the Town Hall 10s. So an unfortunate start, and it's safe to say those guys are in a pretty big hole.
Yeah, that is they're going to be playing catch-up for a while. It's not over, but that was a huge start for Glory China. Something happened. They must have had a halftime pep talk back there. I don't know, but they came out looking like a completely different clan. They have 8 stars in just 3 attacks.
Yeah, so there's Glory China's map, or Sweden's map right there. Let's go and take a look at Glory China. You can see, like we said, both Town Hall 9s were only 2-starred, with Ken having 0 stars against his base. But one thing to keep in mind, even though it looks like a pretty significant lead for Glory China right now, really, you can make those back pretty easily. 3-starring at Town Hall 9 as a Town Hall 10 shouldn't be that difficult for these guys. You saw them do it in many wars before this, and then they just have to 2-star the other Town Hall 10s to get that 12-star benchmark.
Right, and both of Sweden's top 2 players, MP Wonder and Niall, neither one of them have attacked, and we both know that Niall is a 3-star specialist, so we fully expect him to go for it with his attacks. So both of those top 2 Swedish players haven't attacked. Those are 4 solid attacks that we expect to see a little bit later in this war.
Yeah, I wouldn't panic until you see one of your Town Hall 10s get 3-starred. That's when you know that things are getting real, and you're really going to have to turn it around. But for Sweden, plenty of opportunities to bring it back. They'll know exactly what's in the clan castle of those Town Hall 9s. They'll know where the traps are. So if they can utilize that information and clean those up next time around, they'll definitely be right back into the war.
Yeah, so Glory China, what we're seeing right now is really a psychological advantage. They do have the advantage in stars, but just the sheer impressiveness of coming out with that many stars, this is exactly what we saw in Korea, and the other clans never came back. Sweden, you're going to have to turn it around. Let's go up to Molt and see what happens in the second round.
Welcome back, guys. We are about to start the second round. It was just electric in here when Glory China showed up with 2 3-stars in that first round. So we're going to have to see what Sweden does in the next round. Let's go ahead and get this underway. Both teams, you can attack.
So a little bit of a chance for revenge for Sweden here. They are going to have 2 of their players attacking simultaneously. We've got the big man on campus, Niall. Let's see what he can pull out. He's bringing out a pretty familiar strategy with Go Wee Wee.
And there's a lot of open enclosures here. You can see the way this base is set up. Not the same as the base he 3-starred, but it is #2, so they don't have the maxed out heroes. Could he take advantage of this? I like the use of widespread golems there, dropping the heroes right down the middle. A couple of well-placed jump spells, well, one well-placed jump spell well, and hopefully he's into the core, but there's 3 layers of walls for those heroes to get through.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough for them to make their way. It looks like he's going to actually bank on his king and queen, being able to break through a couple of those, but the jump spell's finally been dropped, and you can see that they're making their way into the center of the base. Going to have to focus down that multi-targeted Inferno tower. That's going to be tough.
Good free spell, froze the Inferno, froze the Expo, froze some of the Clan Castle troops as well, but that far Inferno is a single, and again, it's going to be a matter of what it focuses on. If it's on a high-value troop, that's the time to freeze it. Will he wait? Will it find the king? We can only wait and find out. There it goes. And who did it save? Well, it looks like the queen used her ability. The king is still nearly full health.
All right, well, that Inferno Tower actually went down. That was set to multi, which is really big for those witches in the back line. He's going to need to keep those guys alive, but like we've seen in previous raid, the king is going on a stroll for his own around the base, and sort of just hanging out and having a good time.
Yep, so he's used his Iron Fist down there at the bottom of the screen. There's the 2nd star, but we would expect nothing less from Nile to 2-star this base. But this is number 2, so 2 stars on this base. Anything more than that is going to be bonus. So right now, Nile, maybe not looking at a 3-star attack, but certainly trying to stack up percentage points.
Yeah, it's hard to compare to that raid he did earlier, which was amazing, but still looks like 60% 2-star is nothing to scoff at. That's going to set them up extremely well as we get into later attacks. This is really what they needed.
Yep, so the queen's still with a lot of health left. Every percentage point counts because you never know. They're obviously planning on coming back, and that is going to wrap up the queen's attack. Maybe we got a lava pup's going to go out there and clean up on defense, take care of that archer. And that should probably wrap up the raid. 65% 2-star, though. Well done for Nile and Sweden, 1-star.
Nice job by Sweden. Very nice. But unfortunately for them, I don't think there's a lot of time to celebrate, because after 2 rounds of attacking and only 5 attacks, China is looking at a pretty much perfect scoreboard. Every Town Hall 10's been 2-starred. Every Town Hall 9's been 3-starred.
We still have attacks underway, so you guys haven't seen the updated scoreboard yet. But from what I can see, Glory China has 12 stars at the end of this 2nd round, at an absolute minimum. So with 4 attacks completed so far on the screen, Glory China again just extending their lead. We're going to take a look at the war map. All right, so we've got Glory China here.
Yeah, this is Glory China's bases right here, with Ken having his base 2-starred. Nada still under attack right now, and of course those 2 Town Hall 9s from last round that we talked about. When we switch it over to Sweden's bases, oh god.
Yeah, that is a mess. So 75% or more on the number 2. And 12 stars. So right now, after only 5 attacks, Glory China has gotten a score that is equal to the final score of a lot of these wars earlier today.
Yeah, believe it or not, these first 5 attacks from Gloria China by themselves probably would have been enough to win every single quarterfinal that we saw today, except for one of the performances by Sweden where they ended up getting a high percentage point as well as 12 stars. So Glory China just turned it on to another notch when we got to the final.
Yeah, so they absolutely accelerate out to an early lead, but you know, once they get to this 12-star mark, that's when things really slow down. So Sweden is still in this. It's not out of possibility for them to come back, because 12 stars from what we've seen from Sweden earlier, it's not out of their reach.
Yeah, they have 5 attacks remaining, and they can use 3 of those attacks on the 3 bases that still have been yet to really taken to where they should be. That's going to be the number 3 Town Hall 10, which hasn't been attacked just yet, as well as both of the Town Hall 9s, which you assume are going to be 3-starred. Right. So still no time to panic. They're not going to have as many chances as Glory China, who are going to have 5 shots at getting 3 stars against the bottom Town Hall 10 base. But if they can clean up those bases, have some good defenses, and then either play the percentage game or send in a ringer to get that last star, to get 13 stars, that would set this place on fire.
Right, and I definitely think we're going to see Glory China accounting for Nile's skill, making sure that number 3 base isn't going to be overly vulnerable. I would imagine if they are thinking ahead, they're not letting that, not worrying about that being 2-starred by Town Hall 9. They're absolutely worried about that being 3-starred, because if it's not, then Glory China's sitting pretty right now with 12 stars.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. At this point, Sweden has to be almost flawless with their attacks. We got faith in these guys that they can do it, especially going against some of those lower level bases. So that's going to do it for us at the desk. Let's go ahead and send it to Molt for the next round of attacks.
Guys, we're getting ready for the next round of attacks. I know right now it appears that Glory China is very much so in the lead. Sweden does still have a chance to bring it back, so I'm excited to see if they do, in fact, do that. Can we hear it for the teams that y'all are cheering for, guys? There we go. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the next round of attacks.
All right, we're going to get into the next round right now. This is round number 3 between Sweden and Glory China. Let's check out Ken as he goes for Razor. You guys might remember Ken as getting that 2-star 98% against the lower level Town Hall 10.
Yep, and we've got a similar attack strategy. He's got those 8 Hog Riders, again, just 1 heal spell. So he's certainly out looking for a 3-star win here. And so Ken, number 2, the mid-level Town Hall 10, going against that slightly vulnerable Town Hall 10 number 3. And again, they're already at 12 stars, so the only hope is here to add a 3-star win.
Yeah, and looking at this base, it's already been attacked by So-So for 64% and 2 stars. So that's the number you want to look towards. He has to get 2 stars and above 64% to make an improvement on this raid for Glory China.
Yep, so the 8 Hog Riders still in pocket, haven't been deployed yet. We're obviously waiting for, it looks like, the troops heading in towards that Town Hall enclosure. There's the Poison Spell over the Town Hall. That's going to slow down the Queen. Freeze Spell stops the Inferno and the Queen completely. And there goes the Lava Hound.
Yeah, he's actually given away that Town Hall for free outside, which is pretty smart when you're going against these guys. Just trying to prevent that 3-star for that bottom level Town Hall 10. Really not even worried about getting 2-starred for this base. So the Hogs are going to turn into bacon right there, because I just saw a couple of giant bombs go off on the left-hand side of the base.
Yeah, and that top Inferno Tower is just going to annihilate the remainder of the Hogs as they head towards the core. And that's quick work right there.
Yep, looks like we are closing in on 50% for that 2nd star for Ken. Again, 64% is the magic number. And unless that Queen can perform a little bit of a miracle and stay behind that Golem, which, again, she's done time and time, but let's go ahead and see what happens as he has to pop her ability.
Right. I mean, Glory China isn't going to rest. They're not confident that this is going to carry them to a victory. So every percentage point is still important, because they fully expect, and I would imagine that's their attitude over there, that Sweden is going to close in, grab the 12th star, and then it's going to come down to percentage, because really that's the magic number right now. 12, 13 is going to be super hard to get.
All right. Well, it looks like a couple of troops are on the outside trying to snipe off the buildings as they can at 59%. Might be able to get somewhere close to 64 with these troops remaining, but still not going to be too much of an improvement, and of course not that 3-star that they would desperately love.
Exactly, and so Sweden has had some time to close in the meantime as they're wrapping up their attacks, and again it looks like it might be just about the same percentage as we saw earlier on this base. So we had So-So do 64% damage, and right now we're just a little bit shy of that.
Okay, well the Archer's going to take that army camp and probably swing around to that builder hut and get zapped by that Tesla, so that is going to wrap it up for Ken's attack. A nice 2-star, but no improvements on their previous one, which means no harm done to Sweden so far with that attack.
Yep, so as we look at the score, 7 of 10 attacks completed on both sides. Sweden has grabbed another star, so they are down by 3, 12-9.
Yeah, they're gonna need to pick up the pace, though, if they want to get back up to the 12. From this point onward, Sweden has to be absolutely perfect with every single remaining attack, or it will be Glory China taking home the trophies. They have 3 bases, 2 Town Hall 9s and 1 Town Hall 10, who have yet been brought to that sort of standard we've been talking about. Right. 3 stars on the Town Hall 9s, 2 stars on the Town Hall 10s. So they have to be flawless, and if they can do that, then they definitely have a chance when it comes to percentage.
Exactly. I would expect those 2 Town Hall 9s to be 3-starred, the Town Hall 10 to be 2-starred, then it is going to come down to that percentage. So again...
Yeah, they have all their Town Hall 10s left to attack, by the way, on Sweden's side.
Okay, I didn't see that. So that's a good sign. So that's a positive sign for Sweden. Let's take a look at the war map right there, as we can see Glory China with 12 stars, and they do have... So there are 3 stars left for the taking for Sweden in 3 attacks.
Yeah, they still will have plenty of chances right here. Looking at Glory China's side, they only have Nada, the number 3 player, as well as Tiger, who is their Town Hall 9, who's obviously not going to 3-star that bottom Town Hall 10. But still, again, you can see Sweden's map looking a little bit rough right now, but still, if they can take it to the percentage game, or even have someone pull off a 3-star against the bottom Town Hall 10, which would just be crazy, then they could definitely still have a chance in this war. But this next round is do or die for Sweden. They have to put it all on the line right here.
Yep, they're counting on Glory China not grabbing that additional star. Glory China having 3 shots at grabbing that 1 more star. But I like Sweden's chances here. You can't really go to damage percentage yet, because you have those bottom Town Hall 9 stars yet to be grabbed. Once those come in, then we can kind of look and get a better idea of what the total damage percentage will look like.
Yep, that's exactly right. We'll have to see as those Town Hall 9s roll in. Again, all of the Town Hall 10 attacks remaining for Sweden as they try to swoop down there and make sure that Niall doesn't have to waste one of his attacks. And again, it wouldn't matter either way, because all attacks need to be perfect going into the end right here.
Yep, so they're going to count on 2 perfect attacks on the Town Hall 9s, and then who knows what happens on that Town Hall 10. I would love to see a 3-star attack. But let's get up to Molt and see if it's a possibility.
Welcome back, guys. It's clear that Glory China has a very significant lead right now. They're probably feeling pretty comfortable, but we have seen Sweden come back and have a 3-star against a Town Hall 10, and we've seen Max show up a couple times as well, so we can't leave them out. Let's go ahead and get into these attacks and see how it ends up. You guys can go ahead.
All right, so this next round is going to take us to 9 attacks completed for both sides. And so we've got one of the Town Hall 10s going after a Town Hall 9. So number 2, MP Wonder going after the bottom Town Hall 9 here.
All right, looks like he's going to be using Go Wipe with a couple of balloons towards the very end to clean this one up. You can see how little the guys in the Chinese team care about defending that Town Hall because it's practically outside of the base right now like he was farming. But again, anti-3-star strategy, trying to keep MP Wonder away from that 3rd star that he needs to get or this war will be over.
Exactly, so the Town Hall just completely inconsequential. I like the placement of that jump spell though. Look how it's just perfectly bridging the 5 spaces between the walls there. So that's going to catch several of the different enclosures as we work our way in. So many lava hounds today out of the clan castle, just one after the other.
Yeah, a lot of the troops are grouped together in the center. Unfortunately, some wizards on the bottom hand side just went down. So he's going to go ahead and rage those guys right there. But he still has 5 wizards left as well as 8 balloons. I know he's trying to save those to try to clean up some of the buildings on the outside. He's going to go ahead and do that right now, and balloons are making their way through. This has to be perfect through the end.
Yeah, but again, pretty overpowering attack as a much higher level Town Hall 10. So he's got a rage spell, even has one more jump spell remaining, and both of the hero's abilities.
Yeah.
So MP Wonder looks like he's on his way to hopefully close this out. He's dropping a few more balloons. I like the use of these balloons on the outside because you can see like that archer tower is targeting the golem. So the balloons are going to come in and with reckless abandon take those cannons down.
Yeah, it's about time to drop that jump spell to give his king and some of the other troops a chance. He's going to go ahead and do it right now. It's only going to be able to get into that one compartment though with the archer tower and the mortar. He's not going to be able to get to that cannon right there, so let's see what happens. But his queen is having a nice set of bodyguards in front of her with those golems.
Yeah, so 82% damage, and she still has her ability left, so it's looking pretty good for MP Wonder to close this one out. And we'll have to see what's happening on the rest of these attacks. Again, we cannot see a single misstep from Sweden here. They've got to pull out these last 3 attacks flawlessly, and this looks like a good 3-star from MP Wonder.
Yeah, he's pretty confident in that queen. Going to go ahead and drop her ability right now. Only a cannon remains, and with those minions, of course, they will be able to take them down, no problem. Clutch attack from MP Wonder, taking out the bottom Town Hall 9. Great job by Sweden to stay alive in this war.
Well done, MP Wonder. And as we look back to the rest of this attack, I'm watching Razor's attack on Soso, and he's just grabbed a 2nd star.
Nice. Yeah, Razor actually was able to pull out a 2-star against Soso, and seeing as Glory China was unable to get another star from that, their 2 attacks that they did, Sweden is still alive going into the final round. They have Niall, who is their #1 player to attack Jamie, another Town Hall 10. If they can tie it up at 12-12, who knows? They could win the tiebreaker.
Yep, absolutely. That's been super close. Great star from Razor here, watching his 2nd star, his Archer Queen, going into action, taking the Town Hall down at the last moment. He was well beyond 50%. The Archer Queen got the Town Hall down. That was the 2nd star. And that has brought Sweden to within 1 star of Glory China with only 1 attack left on either side. This is coming down to the wire.
Yeah, this is crazy. They've brought the percentage to 78.8% to 71.2%. Jamie has been 2-starred for 82% right now. And taking a look at the other side of the map, guys, it is still the same. Glory China, they've already pretty much done their job with most of these attacks, and they have their #1 player remaining who's going to be able to try to 3-star that bottom Town Hall 10 one more time.
Yep, so they're going to try to put it out of reach with a 3-star on that bottom Town Hall 10. That's going to be up to Niall to absolutely have to grab that 100% and just see if that's going to put them in. But Glory China, again, a 3-star to cap off the end of the war and win it right here, that would be entertaining. It wouldn't be great for Sweden, but it is certainly a possibility.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. More likely than not, Niall will be the first one to attack to set up Glory China for potentially a game-winning attack and a tournament-winning attack, which would be awesome. So he's going to be attacking, again, a Town Hall 9 as a fully maxed out Town Hall 10. Now, if he can 3-star and almost max Town Hall 10, then I feel like he can take out this Town Hall 9.
Exactly. I would expect nothing less from Niall. We've seen a great performance from him earlier. 5 stars in an earlier war against 2 Town Hall 10s. He's the top 3-star achiever in this entire day, 2-starring #2 earlier today. Yep. So let's go up to Molt and watch as the top of the 9th commences.
Guys, we only have a couple more attacks. It is down to the wire, and Sweden has brought in a couple more stars, so it is not over. Let's go ahead and see what these top 2 players have to do. One of you can go ahead and attack.
All right, you can hear the crowd. I heard a Go Sweden right there. They're going to be taking on Jamie, again, a fully maxed out Town Hall 10. He's been using close to the same strategy. Golems, or 3 golems, I guess 2 golems for this one. 2, 3 witches, P.E.K.K.A, and some wizards.
Yep, I like the use of the balloons late, using them especially against the Town Hall 9. You don't have the Infernos burning those golems down, so we'll probably see some golems up later on in the attack, and that'll give those balloons a chance to clean up the last defenses around the outside, especially those pesky cannons that can be tough, slow down that 3-star attack.
Man, that jump spell was awesome. It broke its way into 4 compartments total with that one spell. Actually, 5 compartments total with that one spell. Brilliant stuff right there, and that's going to open him up, especially not having any wall breakers left, except for one. He's going to be able to make his way throughout this entire base. Great stuff right there.
Yeah, you could not have placed that jump spell any better. Look, it opened up the compartment to the wizard tower as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the fringe of there, so you've got it actually allowing access from and to 6 different compartments. There goes the last jump spell right over the Expo, and now this base might as well just be one open compartment. This
is crazy. That was a really good use by those jump spells. You can tell Niall has definitely been preparing for this base. He hasn't attacked in the last couple of minutes, so plenty of time to scout it out. 58% so far, and he's already dropped the balloons for the rest of this base. The King and the Queen, they're having a good time down there. I don't know what they're doing.
They sure are. Both abilities up, both still at just about full health, and running together, holding hands as they just wreck the rest of this base.
All right, the final balloons are being dropped. A couple of air skeletons just to troll a little bit more. And yeah, we'll see what happens, but the King, Queen, and a couple of golems should be more than enough to finish off this base. Let's see if the archer right there is going to help out with a couple of the buildings, because of course, you always have to be a little bit worried about time, especially with buildings like the Town Hall and those gold storages, which take a little bit of time to go through. But let's see what happens. I would probably pop that King's ability right now, as well as the Queen's ability. You don't really need to worry about those.
Yeah, you might as well just close it out. There is not a whole lot left to stop this attack. Just over a minute left. The hero's at full health, 93% damage. Well done by Niall. We've seen him just excel all day long. And there goes the Queen's ability. She's going to get through that wall. Looks like just 2 more structures left. And good sports. We got the Chinese are applauding the 3-star attack there. And here it comes. Niall closing it out. 3 stars, tying the score, 12-12. Sweden 1 star and Glory China 1, tied at 12 stars with only 1 attack left.
And you know, you have to commend the Swedish players for bringing that back. 3 perfect attacks in a row, but you can see the Chinese cheering because taking a look at the total destruction percentage, unfortunately, they are 4% behind, and China does know that they are going to be the first ever ClashCon winners.
Congratulations to Glory China 1, first ever ClashCon Clan War Tournament winners by 4%, a tie score, so it came down to percentage of damage. So it was close. Sweden giving it their all, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, their second round of attacks were brilliant, but unfortunately the first half, it's hard to make up that deficit from the very beginning, where you saw China have actually 12 stars in their first 5 attacks. That was pretty much a perfect slate by those guys. So really impressive to see that again. So really nice comeback from them. We're going to have to see what happens as China has one final attack to commemorate their championship.
Yep, this is something that we saw in the Korean Invitational, the same exact style of the Chinese clan when they were 10 versus 10 back then, carrying out their first attacks. Just this massive wave of destruction pulled them out so far ahead, and they never looked back. And even though we did have some ties then as well, the total damage was just so high that the Chinese clan was dominant.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us on the desk. Let's send it to Molt one final time to see what China has up their sleeve.
I'm here back on the stage, guys, and what better way to celebrate a victory than to attack one more time? So we're going to go ahead, turn it over to Glory China 1. They're going to have one more celebratory attack. Let's hear it for them.
You can see So-So is pretty excited. We have Nada delivering the final attack, and it looks like a Gola Loon to send us out. Come on, one more 3-star, please.
You know that he's got to be hoping for it. I mean, we saw the Swedish team carry out a 3-star on a Town Hall 10, and this Chinese clan would love to show that to justify their skill to the world right now at ClashCon and grab a 3-star.
All right, well, the Queen is going to have to path back into the base right there, which she does beautifully. Very nice job by Glory China and Nada. Looks like he has a straight shot to that Inferno Tower as well as the opposing Archer Queen. This could be pretty solid. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yep, and again, we have the use of the 4 Earthquake spells, something I don't think I've seen in Clan War much at all in conjunction with a kill squad, but it is working out effectively. Will it bring us our first 3-star from Glory China against a Town Hall 10?
All right, let's go ahead and see what happens as they shoot down some of the remaining lava pups. And there's so many things in there. It's just like a car crash in the center with all these lava pups, with the skeleton traps. The queen doesn't even know who to shoot sometimes.
Nope, she's got distracted by those pups when she was just about to finish off that archer tower. There it goes onto the air defense. There goes the air defense, and that means here comes the lava hounds.
Yeah, and that queen had one final shot left, which she used to destroy that inferno tower. Very nicely done. Let's go ahead and see what happens as we get into the second phase of the attack.
Yep, the lava hounds moving in after that air defense on the right-hand side, and the balloons coming in with haste in behind. They're moving in, and there goes a lava hound. That's multi-target inferno, though. It's having a heyday with all those troops as they move in. Limited number of spells because we used 4 up front for the earthquakes.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty brilliant free spell to get both the air defense and that inferno tower. Very nicely done, and the expo. So dropping that final balloon up there, but that multi-target inferno tower is causing havoc throughout the base.
Yep, that being right dead in the center just above the town hall has slowed this attack significantly, and we just have a balloon and a couple of wizards left to be deployed. 49% damage. There goes the star for 50%, and some lava pups working on the town hall, and the air sweeper trying to keep them away, but they keep coming back.
Yeah, it doesn't look like those pups are going to be able to take out that town hall. This one will be another 1-star attack, but it doesn't matter for Glory China as they already have clinched their spot as the first ever ClashCon champions.
Yep, and the lava pups working on those outer structures. As time counts down a little bit, it looks like they're just going to path around. And that is it. That wraps up the last attack, and there it is. Victory official for Glory China 1.
Yeah, that was a really awesome war right there. Cool to see Sweden make their way back. Obviously, the Chinese fans are having a blast over here, and it's been a blast for us at the desk. It was so exciting to see some of these raids today.
That was a lot of fun. You can see the Chinese clan, they're standing up, congratulating each other, and classy as always. Sweden 1-star walking over to shake hands. So we're going to hand it over to Molt to congratulate the winners.
Welcome back to the main stage, guys. With Glory China, y'all can join me over here with the official trophy of the Clan War of ClashCon 2015. Here we go. Let's hear it for him, everyone. Woo! Yeah! Welcome back to the main stage where Glory China is celebrating with all of their friends and their fans. We're going to go ahead and ask them a couple of questions. For the viewers at home and everyone here, thank you so much for joining us at 2015 ClashCon.
All right. Yeah, it's been an amazing event, guys. Thanks to everyone for coming out. Obviously, some really crazy attacks from all the clans involved, and we've had a blast hosting it. These guys are going crazy. They're so happy that they've won, and it truly was an epic battle.
Yes, congratulations, a hard-fought clan war by everybody. A long road to get here, a fantastic time. Thank you all for coming out to ClashCon. Congratulations, Glory China.